How about? Yeah.
I might pinch that up a little.
Because he does a lot of high school games.
Where's he at? Where they at? There you go. Thank you.
I mean, way back in the beginning of the year, he told me she wasn't going to ever play. So now, obviously,
they got her started.
Yeah, that's probably because it's senior night.
They'll just introduce her.
It's senior night, so
one possession, and then that's it.
Probably.
Or is she in uniform?
It just depends on it.
Can you see her in uniform? NK Telco Sports welcomes you to our coverage of college basketball. The Capital Comets will take on the Ohio Northern Polar Bears. Today's game brought to you by the following sponsors: First National Bank, Keyhole Pizza, Precision Strip, Winners Meats, Landlord Health Systems, and NK Telco. Good afternoon once again. I'm Dave Helmstetter with Rich Bensman for the call of this afternoon's OAC contest on Senior Day here at Ohio Northern. Polar Bears enter today's game tied for third place in the OAC. Northern has clinched a spot in the six-team OAC tournament, Rich, but there's still a lot to be determined before this season ends with 3 games remaining.
Yeah, obviously where you're going to be as far as the seeding goes is probably going to be important from here on out.
Capital, on the other hand, they enter today's play with a 2-game winning streak, including a 66-53 win over Heidelberg. Ohio Northern had a tough loss on Wednesday by a point to league-leading Baldwin Wallace.
Yeah, it was a really good game. Both teams played pretty well. It just came down to the last possession.
And today is senior night, or senior afternoon. They're going to salute the 4 seniors on the Ohio Northern University squad. And from your coaching perspective, what did that mean when you were on the sidelines?
Good afternoon, everyone.
Well, it's a great, obviously, day to honor the seniors and obviously a little presentation beforehand with their parents and things. That's always nice. And sometimes you have more than 5, so the starting situation's always interesting. But for the most part, it's just a great honor.
And right now, Ohio Northern will be saluting those 4 seniors as the public address announcer going through the details of the 4 young lady. There's Bryn Serban, Peyton Warnicki, Grace Dean, and Kristen Luersman, the four seniors for Ohio Northern University. And first, Grace Dean out of Lake High School in Avon, 5'11" senior. There you see Grace with her parents.
Grace Dean. Up next, Kristen Luersman.
Kristen Luersman, a senior from Fort Jennings. Kristen, of course, injuries this season with her parents.
Give it up for Kristen Luersman.
Again, senior Kristen Luersman, instrumental player in last season's team
Up next, Bryn
that reached the Sweet 16.
Yeah, that injury, that hurt because now rotating her and Allen in the game, and sometimes you could go with both bigs on the floor at the same time, which was really nice.
There's Bryn Serban, center court with her parents, as Bryn ranks 5th on the Ohio Northern all-time career scoring list with 1,216 points and still some basketball left to play. And of course, all of the Serban family, I think all of it is here today.
Yeah,
At least it seems like it.
they're from Pittsburgh area, obviously.
And from Ottawa, Glandorf, Peyton Warnicki, a 5'9", senior, number 33.
These four young women have put this team and the program before themselves on a daily basis.
Peyton Warnicki,
Who have done and continue to do for Ohio.
usually a starter this season in the lineup for
Excited to see the impact.
the Polar Bears. There you see
We are very proud of you. Let's hear it
Peyton
again
Warnicki
for
out of Ottawa, Glandorf. And a picture of all the four seniors here being saluted today. And the four seniors again, number 3, Bryn Serban, number 33, Peyton Warnicki, number 25, Grace Dean, and number 32, Kristen Luersman. The four seniors being saluted here today. As we said, Ohio Northern has clinched a spot in the 6-team OAC tournament. And today's game, Rich, is really a battle for position in the seeding. And it's a critical game from Ohio Northern's perspective because the Polar Bears lost at Capital the second week of January.
Yeah, 63-55, separated by 8 points. And again, with
And now, ladies and gentlemen, from Ohio Northern, our national anthem. Introduction of our starting lineups coming up here in just a short period of time here. The visiting Capital Comets under head coach Camille McPherson. Number 5, Laney Murphy out of Waynedale High School. And number 10, Samara Perkins, one of the top rebounders in the OAC out of Pittsburgh, Samari Perkins. Number 13, 5'4" senior, Demi Brewer. And number 21, Maddie Weiland,
out of Beaver, Pennsylvania, one of the top shot blockers in the OAC. And then number 23, Bree O'Connor. O'Connor scored 24 points against the Ohio Northern Polar Bears in the previous encounter. And as Rich said, a win by Capital on the Comets' home floor. And for the Ohio Northern University Polar Bears, Bryn Serbin. Number 13, Abby Akamine, 5'7" junior out of Lahaina, Hawaii. And number 25, getting the starting assignment, a 5'11" senior, Grace Dean. And number 33, Peyton Warnicki, out of Ottawa Glandorf, a 5'9" senior. And number 32, Kristen Lorsman out of Fort Jennings, and this has to be an emotional moment for that young lady. She is introduced into the starting lineups. So let's move on to our keys to the game tonight. First, for the Capital Comets.
Well, Coach McPherson and the Capital Comets, they want to block out defensively, eliminate second chance points. Ohio Northern's a really good offensive rebounding team. They want to score in transition and then contain Bryn Serbin.
And for the Ohio Northern University Polar Bears, our home team.
Yeah, Coach Hulsman talks about rebound on both ends, eliminate transition points on the converse side of that, and then hit some jump shots.
Make some shots, and that's something they had a little difficulty doing against Capital in the first meeting. Capital will have the basketball as we begin. Opening quarter of basketball from Ohio Northern. Dave Elmstetter, Rich Bensman on the call. Thanks for joining us here on NK Telco Sports OAC Basketball. Important contest in regards to the OAC tournament. These two teams are in, but today's game could potentially go a long way in determining who plays where. With the basketball, Akamine, she'll go to the floor with number 23, Bree O'Connor.
Both teams come out in a man-to-man defense. Offensively, that was a little different look for Ohio Northern that we've seen lately as far as a set to start your offense.
Outside, Serbin, shot bounds long. Warnicki tried to chase it down. Lorsman will get the rebound. Career leader in one of the career leaders at Ohio Northern in rebound is Lorsman. Inside goes Demi Brewer for the basket.
I thought that all started with transition, though. It was a good push up the floor to the right side and a little hesitation dribble, and she got the entire baseline for the reverse layup.
Serbin goes to the left side, finds an open Abby Akamine, and we are tied at 2-all on the First National Bank Think First scoreboard. Out front is Brewer. She'll get it left side to O'Connor. Out front, that's Perkins. Perkins loses the ball. Akamine on the break. She'll handle it. Left side she goes. Moves back in, goes inside. There's going to be a foul as Akamine goes to the hoop.
Yeah, when you got someone that's penetrating the baseline like that, like Akamine did, you want to drift the wing player on the opposite side of the corner so she has a better receiving angle.
Serbin will toss it in to Warnicki. Warnicki will go inside. Dean back door, and there it is. Kristen Lorsman with the basket.
Yeah, they really took advantage of the help right there, Dave. Ohio Northern knew the help was going to come on the post, so that was a pass that was really anticipated to Lorsman.
Kristen Lorsman has her first basket of the season, Rich. That's got to be a real emotional win for the Polar Bears. Serbin out front.
There's that double kind of staggered ball screen.
They go inside to Dean. Ball taken away there by Murphy.
Yeah, not enough. You always want to try to lob that to the corner of the backboard so the defense can't get a hand on it.
Going to be a reach by Akamine on O'Connor. O'Connor comes into today's game averaging 15.5 points per game, a first-team All-OAC player a year ago, and certainly not letting up as she moves into her junior season. Out front, Murphy.
Oh, she dragged the foot a little bit.
That'll be a turnover. 7:39 to go, opening quarter of play. Ohio Northern with a 4-2 lead. Serban, left side. Back over to Warnicki. Warnicki into the lane.
Good step
Nice
under.
move. Shot just doesn't go. Rebound comes down to Maddie Weiland. Here comes O'Connor racing up court, right side. Abby Dirksen into the lineup. Dixon into the lineup to try and slow her down.
She did a great job of keeping in front.
Brewer off the glass, shot no good, and Luersman will grab the rebound. Serban for 3. O'Connor with the rebound, and
At this point, Capital's kind of doing a pretty good job of one of their keys, and that's defensive rebounds as far as blocking out.
outside 3, no good. A rebound comes down to Serban. Brent up court, into the lane, dishes it off to Abby Dixon, into the lane, shot partially blocked, as was my view. Up court quickly. O'Connor. Dixon on her. They take it into Perkins. Perkins shot. It's going to be a foul. Christine says, has a look of unbelief.
Yeah, I felt she walled her up pretty good and had her hands straight up. It was a really good post move, spin baseline and then try to take it back to the inside.
Samara Perkins, who had her 10th double-double against Heidelberg this season at the line, and she'll connect. 62% free throw shooter. Averages 10 rebounds per game.
Pretty good looking form there, actually, on those free throws.
Averages a little over 12 points per game as well.
They're really digging out the post. They're trying to get them off that block. That was a great little cut low.
Brooke Allen puts a shot up, no good. She's back into the lineup. Dials as well. Layla Dials, number 12, outside Dixon. Shot goes long, and O'Connor grabs that rebound. Noelle Ruane also into the lineup for Ohio Northern. Sophomore seeing a lot of playing time. At 12 points in her last contest. Dials pushes it out to Dixon, but there's going to be a foul.
Offensive charge. It's a great idea. Drive the paint and try to kick it up to the open 3 in the corner. She's just above the kind of restriction line there, and kind of Capital did a good job of stepping up and taking that charge.
Up court quickly comes Brewer. Perkins back to Murphy, right side Brewer. Brewer looks inside, moves to the lane. Back out, number 15 into the lineup. That's Kenzie Weiland. Outside it goes to Murphy. Murphy averaging in double figures as well for Capital. Shot no good. Mackenzie Soprano in the lineup for Ohio Northern. She's got the basketball. Back out front, Serban. Serban into the lane. Perkins cuts her off.
Stepped on the line.
Shoots the 3 and going to be out of bounds. So we're at the 5:03 mark, Rich, and it's 4-4.
Yeah.
Low scoring battle here in our opening quarter.
Yeah.
O'Connor, she'll connect.
A little bit of that is maybe a little bit of a lid on the basket, but Dave, these two teams know each other so well. Sometimes it's hard sledding.
Jump shot. Dixon, shot no good.
Brewer, she's...
And there's going to be a travel. That'll be a turnover. We got a break in the action with 4 minutes, 28 seconds to go. First quarter of basketball. Our score: Capital 6, Ohio Northern 4. You're watching college basketball on NK Telco Sports. Ohio Northern got a timeout at 4:28. Rich, as you take a look at these two teams, as you noted, familiarity of each other is certainly what's happening right now.
Yeah, and I'll tell you, Capital's definitely trying to get the block. So what Ohio Northern likes to go inside out, either dribble penetration or with a post touch. Right now, Capital's getting that arm bar in there and kind of digging them out of the block, so they might want to have some cross screens or something. You have movement so that they can't just poach on the Ohio Northern post players.
4 minutes, 28 seconds to go on the First National Bank Think First scoreboard. Ohio Northern with the basketball after the timeout. They'll try and tie it up on this possession or possibly take the lead with a three. Serban with the basketball. Soprano comes out front. She has it, goes left side. Dixon is going to lose it out of bounds. That'll be Ohio Northern's 5th turnover of the afternoon.
It's the right idea. There was a back screen for Chloe Glenn, and then she did a great job of post sealing, but the Capital had such great help defense. Ohio Northern wanted to turn the ball quick like they did.
Ball goes inside to O'Connor. She'll put it up off the glass and score. Capital's lead at 4.
Yeah, almost similar action there, Dave, on the opposite side, and they got a pretty good low post touch.
Serban. Dixon, Soprano, Ruane. Now Serban again. Serban handling the basketball out front. Clock at 3:36. Soprano into the lane. Shot no good. Rebound. Perkins will just muscle it out and get the rebound.
Yeah. Brewer for Capital's got really great court vision when she's bringing the ball up the floor. Heads up, our eyes are up to see the floor.
Chloe Glenn out of Ottawa Glandorf, a freshman, into the lineup. Perkins gets the rebound off the Brewer miss. Ball goes to the floor. Serban will get it across the timeline, into the lane. She'll pull it back out. She'll get it to Ruane. Back over to Serban. Serban resets, goes inside. Chloe Glenn double dribble.
Yeah.
Turnover Ohio Northern as Akamine and Dials will return to the Polar Bear lineup. Ohio Northern 2 out of 10 from the field. Capital 3 out of 9 from the field. And neither team is connected on a shot from behind the arc yet here in the early going. 2 minutes, 49 seconds to go. Opening quarter of play. Murphy back over to Weiland. Here's O'Connor. O'Connor wants to go to the baseline, but loses the ball. Goes to the floor. Boy, she had to be close to a travel there.
Yeah, well, if she would have gotten up with it, it would have been a travel. Capital does a pretty good job of going side to side, changing the floor with the basketball, with some ball screening action in there. But they got 8 seconds now on the shot clock, so this has got to develop pretty quick, Dave.
Brooke Allen back into the Ohio Northern lineup. Out Murphy with the basketball in the corner. She'll shoot the three and connect.
Wow.
30% from behind the arc in our first 3 of the afternoon pushes Capital to a 7-point lead. Serban, left-handed shot. She'll draw the foul and should go to the free throw line.
Yeah, anytime Bryn puts it on the floor, there's always help mudding that up so she can kick it out. And they're ball switching on all ball screens. Capital switching, so they're going to try to eliminate Bryn to get that easy shot. But there they switched, and she had a little bit of a mismatch. She was on a little bit of more of a post player, and that's why she could drive her to the basket.
Serban connects on the free throw. 44 out of 54 on the season. Add one more to that total as Bryn, 81% plus free throw shooter, knocks them home. Points that the Polar Bears needed. Capital lead at 5. With it, Murphy over to the right side. It goes to Weiland. Number 23 is O'Connor. Helped out there as good defense as Ruin goes to the floor. Almost created that turnover.
Yeah.
Perkins out front.
That's that help defense. They had somebody in the lane to get a hand on the ball.
And great defense by Ohio Northern there. They worked hard and they get the turnover from Capital.
Capital has a lot of multiple action plays. You got to kind of guard right away. They went in a ball screen into a staggered screen from the opposite side right into a dribble handoff, and they just continue to go side to side.
Akamine out front. Dials now. Dixon will come out, moves the ball quickly to Ruane. Ruane inside looking for Allen. Goes off of her fingertips and out of bounds. Just tipped a little bit there by Capital, and that disrupted the flow of that play.
Yeah. Because it would have been there if she wouldn't have got if Capital wouldn't have got a hand on it. I thought that would have been a basket for Allen.
Gabby Croft, number 31, a freshman out of Spencerville, into the Ohio Northern lineup. Inside shot Weiland, no good. Rebound Brooke Allen. She'll clear it out.
It was a little two-man game on the right side of the floor, and the roller was really wide open. She just couldn't finish.
Gets it right side. Dials goes inside to Allen. Back out it comes, like you said, Coach.
Yep.
And Abby Akamine, that's what you said Ohio Northern likes to do.
Yeah.
Sure enough.
Well, and they came in and doubled her with the opposite elbow player, so it's a great kick out by Brooke Allen.
Capital on the attack with the basketball is Brewer. Here comes Perkins. She'll stop the dribble, gets it back out to Murphy. Murphy connects. That's a 2-point field goal. And she's got 5, and the lead is 4 for Capital.
After their side-to-side action, they always try to attack. So Capital moving the basketball, changing the floor, going side-to-side, but they're attacking each time downhill.
Abby Dixon with it. Goes pass by Croft inside to Dials. It's short. Perkins with the rebound. And I think she may have stepped out of bounds.
Yeah, it's going to be a little lob play probably towards the basket. That's about all you got.
1.7 seconds on the clock.
A little cross screen, a little lob. Well,
Dixon,
that's not bad.
Akamine, short jumper, no good. That ends our first quarter of basketball. Our score, Capital 13, Ohio Northern 9. You're watching college basketball on NK Telco Sports.
At First National Bank, we are working hard to make your life a little easier. With products like Card Valet, an app allowing you to control your cards with real-time notifications, transaction restrictions, and spending limits. The ability to access your money through 55,000 all-point ATMs across the country, surcharge-free. Live customer support when you need it, and online and mobile banking, allowing you to gain access to your financial information wherever and whenever you like. First National Bank, making your life a little easier.
Second quarter is upon us here at Ohio Northern, and Dave Helmstetter with Rich Bensman. Rich, evaluation of the first quarter of basketball.
Well, right now, I think teams are playing pretty even. I think Ohio Northern missed some shots that I thought, if they could have, converted, would have been, a little maybe have the lead right now. But again, as I said earlier, these teams know each other so well, and Ohio Northern did a good job at the series to last of getting a ball, kind of a cross screen to free up the post a little bit, because Capital's going to be really aware of where our posts are, but it created a 3 for us before for Ohio Northern.
Ohio Northern 3 out of 13 for 23% in that first quarter. They'll go inside to Allen. Allen off the glass. Shot doesn't go. Rebound, Maddie Weiland. Demi Brewer with the basketball.
A little
Brewer.
pick and pop right there.
Perkins fires it up, no good. Ball tipped long, and Serban comes up with it. Here comes Serban.
Got her, yep.
Dumps it off to Allen. Gets underneath the backboard. Shot no good, and boy, Ohio Northern missed out on a transition basket there.
Yeah. Maybe just a little late with the ball getting there.
Number 30, Jenna Horsley, into the lineup for Capital. Brewer,
Yeah.
shot clock at 5 seconds.
Good job, Ohio Northern defensively.
Long jumper, no good there by Maddie Weiland. Not a very good shot.
No.
Once again, Ohio Northern's defense does the job. Polar Bears need to get the offense going as Akamine has the basketball. They look inside, back out front. Dixon over to the right side and Serban. Serban into the lane, working hard at it.
Good
Dumps
pass.
it off to Allen, and there it is. Serban with the assist, Allen with the basket. That's a familiar combination.
Yeah,
for
no
Ohio
way
Northern fans.
Allen had her sealed. That was a really good pass by Bryn Serban.
Out front is Horsley. Horsley with it. Perkins back over to the left side. It goes to Brewer. Brewer goes into the lane. Nice move. Demi Brewer, averaging 8.2 points per game this season, gets the basket. Number 4 in the OAC in assists is Demi Brewer. Serban out front. She'll shoot the 3.
Wow. That's some misassignment there for Capital because Bryn Serban was wide open.
Serban with the steal. She'll try and move it inside. Boy, beautiful move. Bryn Serban. Like we said, lots of family here for the Serban clan here on senior afternoon. Senior day here at Ohio Northern, and very appreciative of that move by Serban.
And well, she's a 5th-year pharmacy major, so she's been here 5 years. Really, like I said, really hard worker. In the gym a lot, working on her game individually. So she really works hard.
And you look at all of those career statistics for her that she's coming close to, and you know, all-time scoring, that might be out of reach, but she stands 5th. Moving in on Senzi Yoder with 1,223 points. Bryn had 1,216 coming into today's play as Akamine shot no good. Allen will make that Glenn with the rebound. Serban goes into the lane, puts it up, rolls it home.
Yeah.
She's got 6.
The last 2 trips down the floor, they haven't crowded her in the lane as much as they were the first part of this game.
From 3 is Murphy, in and out. Perkins will get that rebound somehow over Glenn.
Yeah.
O'Connor into the lane, shot doesn't go, and a rebound, Chloe Glenn.
It could have been close to being an over the back call, but probably Chloe could have gotten a little bit more into her.
Dials out front, working on Perkins. Ruane, left side, Akamine. Akamine to the baseline, double team there. Pass goes astray, Ohio Northern turnover. Number 8 for the Polar Bears. 6 minutes to go here, second quarter. O'Connor back over to Horsley. Horsley looking inside for Perkins. Will come over to O'Connor, who misses the 3. Serban. Akamine over to the left side. Dials right side. Serban will go low, and now the ball goes to Glenn. Musses it up, but she'll draw the foul.
So what happened on that ball screen? So Chloe Glenn then rolled, and there was kind of a miscommunication with Capital. They looked like they wanted to switch. There was two players on Bryn, and Chloe was wide open. So that was a great pass to find Chloe because her defender was out there on Bryn.
Chloe Glenn at the free throw line. Chloe 32 out of 54 on the season. About a 60% free throw shooter. Comes back and hits the second one. And Ohio Northern has a 1-point lead as we move on here in the second quarter of play.
And a 1-4 across the free throw line. They're going to swing the wings, one over the top, one on bottom.
Foul is going to be inside. That's going to be on Glenn.
Brewer's pretty good off the bounce. But she was actually looking for something, probably from one of the cross screens from the two on the elbow when she took that off the bounce.
Out front it comes to Brewer. Brewer goes left side to O'Connor. Perkins battling inside against Glenn. Ball tipped away. Ball on the floor. Dials timeout.
What?
Foul is going to go against a kickball.
Oh,
Ball kicked.
yeah, Ruane kicked it, I guess.
So that resets the clock at 20 seconds, and Capital has the basketball. Demi Brewer with it. Trying to go inside, working off of Kenzie Weiland. Now they go down low inside for Maddie Weiland. Got a break in the action. 4:58 to play. First half of basketball, our score. Ohio Northern 16, Capital 15. You're watching college basketball on MK Telco Sports.
Hi, I'm Mallory. My grandpa's been making the world's worst pizza for 30 years. That doesn't look like the world's worst pizza. Grandpa, I know why they call you Chunky Bob. It's because you use chunky ingredients on your pizza.
Of course, it's not because I'm fat.
Grandpa, this is the world's best pizza. Keyhole Pizza, come check Grandpa out.
Dine in or carry out.
Back here at Ohio Northern, timeout. Polar Bears have a 1-point lead. Taking a look at some numbers from the field, Ohio Northern's improved their shooting to 6 out of 20. That's 30%. Capital only 6 out of 19. That's about 32%. Each team 1 out of 6 from behind the arc. So the battle really is in the paint. And right there, Ohio Northern has a 10-6 lead with points in the paint.
Yeah, they've kind of settled down and hit some shots from when they first started the basketball game. And, you know, I think that obviously one of the keys, Coach Wilson says, is make some shots.
And O'Connor off balance. Ohio Northern will come up with the basketball. Layla Dials will handle it. O'Connor pressing her, but here comes Serban. Ruane is to the left. It'll go to the wing. Outside there is Soprano. Mackenzie Soprano. Out of Waterford High School. Boy, that's a good one to hit.
Yeah, inside-out basketball again. And the other thing, I think Ohio Northern's stepped up their defensive game a little bit, really guarding Capital's actions pretty well.
This is Brewer. Brewer, she'll take the shot and connect.
She's really good with the ball.
38% from behind the arc coming into tonight, and she connects. She has 7 points and leads Capital in scoring. Ohio Northern lead now at 1 point. Serban for 3. She had the time. She had her spot. Nothing but net, Rich.
Yeah, you can't. She's going to make those.
Perkins goes right side. O'Connor inside the arc, and she'll connect. I'll tell you, Bree O'Connor is one excellent basketball player.
Yeah, very good form on that shot. Good release. She came off that screen ready to get it in that pocket and shoot the basketball.
Inside out, Dials for 3. Ruane with the rebound. Gets it to Serban. Soprano, can she do it for the second time? No good, and the rebound comes down to Kenzie Weiland.
Yeah, good extra passing though there for Ohio Northern, and Bryn did a good job of drawing a big crowd, and she had a couple kickouts.
Out front for 3 is Murphy. Shot no good, and ball will bounce out of bounds. Got to believe the way Ohio Northern has moved the basketball in the last few possessions. that's going to bode well for him as this game goes deeper.
Yeah. And again, Bryn's she's taken it when she feels she needs to take it, but she's also got that basketball IQ when she knows she's drawing a crowd underneath there. She's kicked that out a few times, and we had some open looks. Then we had a kick out and an extra pass with an open look. So pretty decent ball movement by Han Northern.
Bryn Serban with it, back over to Ruane. Ruane to Soprano. Soprano wants to get it inside. Allen will lose it. O'Connor, outlet pass to Demi Brewer, up and in. Boy, fast break point. That's the first fast break basket of the afternoon for Capital, and they tie it up at 22 all, and Brewer has got 9 points. Serban.
Now they got a mismatch down low because they switched on Bryn Serban's screen.
Soprano will draw the foul. Capital bench wanted a travel.
If they're switching all of Bryn Serban's screen, at least I'm speaking of Capital, obviously. When they switch those screens, now if Bryn can have a step back dribble, she's going to be on a post player is going to be guarding her where she can take her off the bounce or reverse it to the wing, because now you got a matchup with Allen that's a guard's going to be having her. So I would continue to work that relationship.
18 out of 28 on the season for Mackenzie Soprano. She puts Ohio Northern back into a 2-point lead. 2 minutes, 15 seconds to go as once again, Demi Brewer, 5'4" guard out of Dublin Jerome, scores, and we're tied again.
Got a little rub screen there by Ruane.
Soprano for 3. Mackenzie Soprano.
Again, Bryn Serban kind of made that action happen because she tried to take it off the floor, and they were right there crowding the lane on her, and she had a wide open Soprano.
3-point Ohio Northern lead after Soprano's 3. O'Connor back out. Weiland, O'Connor off the iron, battled for the rebound. Perkins had her hand on it, so did Allen, but Layla Dials will bring it up court. Dials goes to the right side, she'll bring it back out. Serban top of the key, they go low inside on the Allen muscles in with a strong move, and suddenly Ohio Northern's lead at 5.
It was a great post seal by Allen, and it was a good pass. It was away from the defense.
Perkins outside, shot no good. Into the final minute of the first half, Ohio Northern with a 5-point lead. These two teams are already in the OAC tournament, but important the outcome of this one, the seeding. Serban shot no good. O'Connor with a rebound. Demi Brewer has played a great first half of basketball for Capital with the basketball. Goes inside to Perkins.
Yeah.
Shot is short. Weiland will send it right back out to Brewer. O'Connor off the screen by Perkins, but Perkins doesn't move. Now she gets the ball, muscles it up, and Allen will clear the boards. As you can see on the First National Bank Think First scoreboard, less than 10 seconds to go. Serban shot no good.
Ball possession, Capital.
So
Basketball will stay with Capital.
it's just going to go into Brewer's hands, and she may try to go coast to coast with it. Here she comes, going downhill.
Brewer into the lane. Shot partially blocked by Allen, saves the basket as Demi Brewer had an open shot at the basket, but we're going to go to halftime with Ohio Northern enjoying a 5-point lead. Our score, Ohio Northern 29, Capital 24. You're watching college basketball on MK Telco Sports.
Together, we are family, working safely for our loved ones.
We are problem solvers who challenge the status quo and drive improvement.
We care about our customer relationships.
We stay true to our values, caring and respecting one another.
We embrace change as we journey through our career.
We are Precision Strip, the world's leading processor of rolled steel and aluminum.
Precision Strip, doing the exceptional.
If you're a veteran, surviving spouse, or a dependent of a veteran, contact Shelby County Veteran Service Commission today. We can help you apply for a wide range of veteran-related benefits that you earned. Shelby County Veteran Service Commission. Veterans helping veterans.
CarriageWorks has expanded and now can hold up to 25 cars in our service bay. CarriageWorks thrives on customer satisfaction. We accomplish that by providing top-of-the-line technology. CarriageWorks now uses a laser beam system to measure down to the millimeter of factory specs to better service you and get you back on the road. CarriageWorks has a brand new top-of-the-line paint booth that uses waterborne paint. There's no job too big or too small for CarriageWorks. We're certified collision specialists. Come in and see us today.
Back here at halftime, Ohio Northern with a 5-point lead. Dave Helmstetter with Rich Bensman here this afternoon from Ohio Northern. A 29-24 lead for Ohio Northern. Let's take a look at our halftime numbers, brought to you by Grand Lake Health Systems. You take a look at these numbers, Rich. Ohio Northern's 10 out of 28 from the field. Capital 10 out of 29 from behind the arc. Ohio Northern warmed up 4 out of 13. Capital 2 out of 9. Free throws similar, 5 out of 6 for Northern, 2 out of 2 for Capital. Rebounding, Ohio Northern has a 21-14 edge, and you look at turnovers, and Ohio Northern has 9 and Capital has 7. But as you were perusing the halftime stats here during the break, there's one stat that just pops off the page to keep in mind as we move into the second half of play.
Yeah, David, and you were just talking about it, before the stat sheet came out about how Capital was limiting their rotation and wasn't playing the number of that they played in the first meeting, and Ohio Northern was going a lot deeper in their bench. Consequently, we have the discrepancy of 13 bench points for Ohio Northern and 0 for Capital.
That's a big difference in this one, and it'll be interesting to see how that develops throughout the second half of basketball. Ohio Northern with a 5-point lead at 29-24, and so many different statistics. You've got fast break points, just 2 each.
Yeah.
Points in the paint, 12-10. Ohio Northern with a 2-point lead.
Yeah.
And assists, kind of interesting. Ohio Northern has 8 compared to only 2 for Capital, which may indicate some good defense by Ohio Northern inside.
Yeah. And the stat that kind of surprises me is Capital has 11 points on turnovers. Ohio Northern has 7. Usually Ohio Northern's in the plus category on the points on turnovers.
Perkins will grab the rebound after the Dials missed shot, and Capital will have a chance on their first offensive possession to cut into Ohio Northern's 5-point lead.
No, that's that 2-man game.
Ohio Northern Capital turns it over. Akamine gets it back out. He's trying to find Peyton Warnicki, but it's going to go out of bounds.
It's a good job defending that with Ohio Northern. Their 2-man game, so Capital take it over here to the right and kind of have everyone else spread off to the left and kind of run a screen and roll or a screen and pop with a 2-man game.
Out front is Weiland, back over to Perkins. Now O'Connor into the lane. She'll push it to the corner. With it now is Demi Brewer. I'll tell you, Demi Brewer, we noted it as we went to the locker room. Outside jumper, no good by Murphy, and Warnicki will grab the rebound. Demi Brewer was 5 out of 8. Connected on her 3 and had 11 points here at halftime. And she was very instrumental in Capital's offensive efforts.
She's really good seeing the basketball floor off the bounce and making really good passes.
Allen trying to grab the rebound, but it's going to go out of bounds, and Ohio Northern will maintain the basketball.
This could be a little screener action, So Abby Akamine set the back screen, then received a staggered screen.
Serban shot no good. Rebound comes down to Lanny Murphy. Murphy gets it to the left side, and Demi Brewer into the lane, dishes it off to Bree O'Connor. She'll take the 3 and knocks it home, and the first basket of the second half cuts into Ohio Northern's lead is now 2 points. Dials with it. Back over to Serban. Left side is Akamine. There she has the basketball. Puts it on the floor, back to Serban. Serban directing traffic. She'll put up the jumper. Serban.
Yeah, she did a great job, Dave. Allen had a really good post seal, and she kind of drove into that a little bit, created a space with a step back jump shot.
Capital into the lane. Good defense by Allen as Murphy tried to get the shot off. Ohio Northern up by 4 on that First National Bank Think First scoreboard. Demi Brewer with it. Serban on her. Brewer goes all the way through. Gets it back out the other side. Open three, shot no good by Brewer. 1 out of 2 from behind the arc for Brewer. 7 minutes, 15 seconds and counting. Serban into the lane. Third quarter action. Warnicki back out. Dials goes into the lane. Boy, O'Connor right on her. O'Connor fast break pass. Here comes Murphy, but Dials will get back and slow her down. Inside move, shot no good. Maddie Weiland.
She got away. I think she got away with a travel there.
Dixon, Ruane, and Glenn will all rotate back into the Ohio Northern lineup. Free throw is good by Maddie Weiland, a junior out of Beaver, Pennsylvania. 77% free throw shooter is Weiland. She connects. Northern's lead back to 2 points. Amy Dixon. Serban is in the corner. They'll come back over to Ruane, over to Akamine. Akamine back out to Serban, who moves out to the top of the key. Serban handling the ball. Back out to Akamine. Open. Shot doesn't fall. Glenn with the rebound. Back out to Serban. Serban's going to move into the lane. Trying to find Akamine. Shot off target.
Jump ball.
And it's going to be a jump ball, and the possession arrow will favor Capital. So the Comets will have an opportunity to tie it as Mackenzie Soprano will come back into the lineup as Akamine goes out. O'Connor. Brewer. O'Connor battling Soprano. They'll get it back out to Perkins.
Yeah, that's a design, though. They're going to call offensive foul on O'Connor. So that was a design play all the way. They gave it up. So Brewer gave it up to O'Connor, went to the wing, V-cutted. She came off of a little screen off the elbow, then sealed the entire time. They were trying to seal Soprano with O'Connor.
Dixon back out to Serban. She'll go for the three.
Got it.
Oh, baby. Bryn Serban. She brought ice down on that one. 34-29, 5-point Ohio Northern. That was a high arcing shot. Found nothing but net.
A little step back.
Perkins going inside.
There'll be a foul on Ohio Northern.
That'll be on Glenn.
Just a little blocking foul on the drive. Oh.
2 shots.
I thought that was on the floor, but
Perkins connects. Perkins has been coming into today's game to the free throw line 133 times this season. That free throw finally off target. 4 for 5 for Perkins at the free throw line. Ruane with it out front. Glenn, a couple of WBL high school players. Serban will dish it over to the left side. Dixon for the shot, no good. Serban, great position, in trouble, but she'll push it back out to Ruane. Moves it quickly to Soprano, and Mackenzie Soprano. Great ball movement, Rich.
You got a great extra pass. So you always talk about one more. It was just a great extra pass. You know.
High Northern leads by 7.
Stepped out of bounds.
Kenzie Weiland comes in. We've got a timeout. 4:50 to play. Third quarter action. Ohio Northern 37, Capital 30. You're watching college basketball on NK Telco Sports.
The Hometown Opportunity Platform is exceptional.
It is focused, laser focused on the careers in our 4-county region.
100% of the time we go to Hometown Opportunity. We've had great success from a handful of applications when we need them, as well as a recent one where we had 67 applicants.
Honestly, it's a competitive advantage.
The Hometown experience has been everything I could have dreamed of and more.
Ohio Northern with, I think, their largest lead of the afternoon, 7 points at 37-30. Taking a look at some numbers here, Rich. Mackenzie Soprano, 3 out of 5 from the field, but 3 out of 4 from behind the arc. And if I recall the numbers against Capital in the first meeting, Ohio Northern only shot 18% from the arc, from behind the arc, something like 5 out of 28. So Soprano, ability to hit that 3 is really a big difference in this contest.
Well, they're really good, clean looks because they're out of the offense and they're made by an extra pass each time, whether it was dribble penetration by Bryn Serban to kick out to Soprano, wide open 3, or that last one was a drive, a kick, a swing with that extra pass, and she was wide open.
6 out of 18 from behind the arc for Ohio Northern, 33%. Overall from the field, they're at 34%. Capital at 32%, 11 out of 34, and 3 out of 11. Low shooting statistics here, really. Rebound by Ruane after the O'Connor miss.
It's a pretty good step back by O'Connor. It was really good looking form, just didn't fall.
Dials shoots it to Dixon in the corner. She'll get it back open for Dials. Wow. Open for the 3. Shot off target, but Soprano gets the rebound, puts it right back to back to Dials. Shot no good. Ruane with the rebound. Shot clock resets. Inside it goes, and Chloe Glenn muscles it up and in.
Capital foul number 15, Kenzie Lyman, her first, team second.
I'm telling her, I know it's it gets suspended when they catch. They get an opportunity.
All sorts of conversations going on right in front of us. Rich, you ever been in one of them conversations?
Not as calm as what McPherson is. She's really calm and poised. Her assistant's a little bit more upset over here. He kind of barked out while he was on the bench there. So
free
since
throw
he was
pops
on the bench,
in and out.
Okay.
Yeah. Officials for today's game: Andy Godwin, Stephen McCrary, and Kyle Potcotter calling the action here today. Don't envy any officials at any time. Starts to get physical inside.
I'll just plead the fifth on that one.
Moore tries to turn around, but it's going to draw the foul.
Ohio Northern foul number 34, Chloe Glenn.
Substitutes. Perkins comes back in for Capital, and Allen comes back in. Let's see, that's about 16 rebounds that just came back into the lineup for the two teams. Brewer misses the free throw. The second free throw, it's there. 8-point Ohio Northern lead on that First National Bank Think First scoreboard. Amy Dixon working against O'Connor. She finds an opening, dishes it off to Brooke Allen. Beautiful assist by Dixon. Allen with the easy bucket.
She's got a really good first quick step. She does a great job off the bounce, Abby Dixon does.
Nice move inside by Brewer, but the shot doesn't fall. Ohio Northern again with a rebound.
She gets downhill so well.
Dixon, left side Dials. Dials back over to Ruane. Inside they go. Brooke Allen with the bucket. Timeout Capital. Ohio Northern on a roll. They're up by 12. Brooke Allen with 8 points. Ohio Northern 43. Capital 31. Our timeouts this season brought to you by Precision Strip. You're watching college basketball on MK Telco Sports.
Are you looking for a rewarding career? Lincoln Electric Automation in Coldwater and Fort Loramie supplies top-of-the-line automation systems to manufacturers. Lincoln Electric Automation routinely develops its team through hiring and by offering advanced technical training. We understand that every employee matters, and every role contributes to the success of our business. We offer advancement opportunities, competitive wages, and benefit packages. Visit LincolnElectric.com and get on track to a better career and a better future.
Ohio Northern has a 12-point lead, the largest of the afternoon for the Polar Bears. And you talk about offensive efficiency, Rich, and the inside out and the ability to pass the basketball. That's what Ohio Northern has been able to do here in this stretch that we've seen them jump out to a 12-point lead.
Yeah, and the first, with the drive on Dixon, that was a great drive to get downhill, get into the paint, and then there was just a great post seal by Allen, and Ohio Northern women did a great job of bringing the ball to her post seal because it wasn't open on the front side, but they reversed it quick or they swung it to the wing, and it was wide open.
Ball is on the floor, and that's going to be a jump ball.
If you're going to be dribbling the ball around in there, you're going to get it swiped by Bryn Serban.
Murphy will come back into the lineup, one of the original starters for Capital, as Ohio Northern has the basketball. Kind of checking the scoreboard. The men having a tough time at Capital. They trail 46-31 as they have about 10 minutes plus left in the third quarter of action in Columbus. So Akamine with the three, shot no good. Polar Bears men's program down by 15.
And they closed the gap a little bit. I think it's 19 and a half.
Inside by Murphy, and foul is on Gabby Croft. Dixon will go out. Soprano back in. Brewer with it, back over to Perkins. Perkins has been pretty quiet for most of this afternoon, especially the second half.
Yeah.
O'Connor goes inside.
Good defense so far by Ohio Northern. This is going to be a tough one.
O'Connor shot no good. Soprano with the rebound.
Yeah, they from the out-of-bounds play on, they had that so well read. And again, with people watch so much film now, Bryn knew exactly where the out-of-bounds player was going.
Bryn Serban. Serban with 16 points here on Senior Day at Ohio Northern. 4 seniors being recognized for their efforts during their career at Ohio Northern. Bryn, one of those 4. Croft into the lane. Almost loses the basketball. Back to Serban inside Allen. Left-handed shot off the glass. And
I really like how she's post-sealing today. She's really getting good angles to the basket. She held her.
Foul is going to go against number 13, Abby Akamine, as Maddie Weiland will come back into the lineup.
And Weiland checks in for Capital. Reed O'Connor at the line, 2 shots.
A minute 14, Ohio Northern up 16. O'Connor hits the free throw. She has 10. Second free throw, also good. 47-33. Ohio Northern with the lead. Bryn Serban with the basketball. Soprano back over to Croft. Croft left side to Serban. Serban goes inside to Allen, pushes it out to Soprano for 3 by Kenzie Soprano.
Well, where'd that ball go first? In the inside.
Boy, great ball movement that time by the Polar Bears. Lead at 17. O'Connor, shot no good. Serban with a rebound. Kenzie Serban in that right wing. 4 out of 6 from three-point range. Inside goes Serban. Shot doesn't fall, but what a move. Kind of a hitch almost. It's hard to describe.
Yeah, a little hesitation move.
Serban, quickness, comes away with that steal. Serban's going into the lane, dishes it off, and Allen goes to the floor. Everybody helps Brooke up. Serban going for another assist, Rich.
Yeah, well, I could see that developing on that transition, and she waited just perfect timing before she made that pass. You know, it was right when she needed to make it. You know, if she had made it any earlier, Ohio Northern might have been still on the run to the basket. It might have been a turnover, but again, Bryn made that happen. And another thing, Dave, what people don't sometimes realize is when you go inside and you kick it out to a shooter, your feet are naturally set a lot better to step into your shot when it goes inside out.
Allen has 11 points after the made free throw. Coming down to the final seconds here, third quarter action. Ohio Northern with the lead, 51-33 at Akamine. Will be whistled for the foul.
Foul number 13.
That'll be her third.
Bree O'Connor at the line for Capital, 2 shots.
Bree O'Connor steps to the free throw line with 4.9 seconds to go in the quarter. O'Connor connects. She has 12 points. 3 for 3 at the free throw line, trying to make it 4 in a row. And she does.
Pretty good form.
Serban.
Oh, wow.
Soprano, good look. Ooh, just a little bit short as Allen grabs the rebound. We move on. Fourth quarter basketball coming up. Our score after 3. Ohio Northern 51. Capital 35. You're watching college basketball on NK Telco Sports.
We are here. And here. And here. Minster Bank is everywhere, providing every banking service that you need to keep your financial life in order. Whether you are on the go or stopping by one of our branches, Minster Bank is here for you. We proudly support the communities where you live. Minster Bank, helping people achieve financial success.
Ten minutes to go here in the fourth quarter. Capital will break the huddle. They'll have the basketball, and that really was a powerful third quarter by Ohio Northern. Quite an offensive outburst by the Polar Bears.
Yeah, really good energy, really good movement. But again, what they like to do is go inside, outside, and you saw most of that happen on all the shots they got in that third quarter.
Yeah, and you take a look at the numbers. Ohio Northern outscored Capital 22-11 in the third quarter. Of course, following on the heels of the third quarter in which they outscored them 20-11. Polar Bears putting really 2 pretty good offensive quarters back to back after trailing by 4 in our first quarter. Brewer works the baseline and gets the basket.
Yeah, she's pretty good, Dave.
Soprano. Nice move, goes inside, gets it back out to Dixon. Dixon gets it to Soprano in the corner. Mackenzie Soprano making it look easy, Rich.
Yeah. Again, a little dribble penetration through the defensive help. Good kick out, good 3.
Brewer with yet another score. Brewer's got 16. She leads all Capital scorers. Dixon back over to Dials. Dials out front with it. Weiland on her. Ruane with the basketball. Dixon will have it. Shot clock at 12 seconds. Dixon to Dials. Inside they go. This time Chloe Glenn has it. And 3-second violation, so Ohio Northern will turn it over. Turnover number 11 for Ohio Northern. Outside three. Shot no good by Murphy. Soprano with the rebound. Dixon goes right side. Dials is in the corner. Soprano wants to go inside. Short jumper. Shot no good. She scrambles after it. O'Connor with the rebound. Fast break outlet. Murphy will pull it back in behind the arc. Perkins will take the shot and connect. Samara Perkins.
Really good looking form on that shot, Dave.
It's only her 6 points of the night.
Yeah.
Been pretty quiet throughout today's game.
No, she's got a good seal there. Oh, a little too much. Got to get that up a little bit towards the corner of the backboard. She got that, we made a little bit of Ohio Northern made a little bit of a longer pass there.
O'Connor. That's a good Perkins goes to the floor. So does Glenn, who's defending her. Ball goes out of bounds, but it stays with the purple and white with gray trim. Capital Comets. Inbounds pass to Perkins. Weiland back over to Murphy. Murphy goes inside. Perkins is going to work on Glenn. Shot is short. She gets her own rebound. Second shot no good, but she'll muscle it back up and in again. Just some determination there by Perkins.
Yeah, she stayed with it. She's really got good post moves. Maybe a little undersized in the post, who she's playing against. And then she kind of didn't get it up high off the glass twice, but muscled her way as far as getting her own rebound with some determination and got that third one to fall.
Perkins with 8 points, now has 9. And Capital has cut the lead to 9 points. Plenty of time left.
Yeah.
7 minutes, 20 seconds to go. The Serban back in the lineup. She'll have the basketball. Allen also back into the lineup. Working hard to post up. They'll bring it back out to Allen. There's almost a steal. Near steal by Demi Brewer. She'll tip it out of bounds. Soprano will inbound it.
A little staggered screen for Bryn Serban there. Into a ball screen. Into a dribble handoff.
Soprano for 3. Not this time.
Nope,
Allen had it. Now Perkins, but foul is going to go against Allen.
So that was a little bit more crowded, a little more rushed of a shot for Soprano. Still looked pretty good, to be honest with you, as far as arc on the ball. And
Akamine back into the lineup for Ohio Northern. Dixon will move out front. Akamine will go low. Let's see how the Polar Bears on defense look against Capital. Perkins.
A little flare screen design there.
Murphy back out to Weiland. Connects. Maddie Weiland averages 6.2 points per game. She's got 5.
Here comes a flat screen, so you can go either way on this as far as the ball handler. Good job by Bryn recognizing they were all crowding her.
Ruane will shoot the 3. Shot no good. Rebound comes down to O'Connor. O'Connor almost turns the ball over in the backcourt, but up court they come. Perkins puts it on the floor. Goes up against Allen. Allen with the block. Outlet pass to Dixon. Akamine up to the left, but Dixon will fire it to her in the corner. She'll take the baseline. Shot is short, but she is fouled, and she'll go to the line. You could see that once the outlet pass was made where Akamine was going to be.
Yep.
Abby Akamine at the line throwing you 2 shots.
Demi Brewer with the foul as Akamine unable to connect on the free throw. 63% plus free throw shooter. Akamine 1 for 3 so far.
Timeout.
Check that. 1 for 2 at the line. Ohio Northern with the timeout. Timeouts this season brought to you by Precision Strip. A break in the action. Our score, Ohio Northern 55, Capital 48. You're watching college basketball on NK Telco Sports.
New Knoxville Supply Company, the supply source for residential, commercial, and industrial jobs. We specialize in plumbing products from many name brands, electrical products from replacing a light switch to rewiring an entire house, heating, air conditioning, and geothermal products, sheet metal ductwork, installations, and service. We are now housing more inventory, so all the hardware items you need to complete the job are available right away. New Knoxville Supply. Stop in, call, or check us out online at newknoxvillesupply.com.
Timeout brought to you by Precision Strip. 5:52 to go here, fourth quarter action. Ohio Northern up by 7. As you look at the next 5+ minutes, Rich, what do you think Ohio Northern needs to do?
Well, prior to that, I think Ohio Northern came down and probably took some shots quicker than they wanted to, and Capital came down and hit a 3 with Perkins and things. So probably what Ohio Northern wants to do is get back into their offense, change the floor a little bit, get a really good look, because it's going to come out of their offense if you just to get it in the post first, either with dribble penetration or with post touches. And Capitals, they're right there. They just got to patiently kind of keep trying to chip away. And there's that 2-man ball screen.
Wyland for 3. This time she's off target. Amy Dixon with the rebound. Serban will handle it now. Looking right at Moore. She'll take that 3 just off, but Ruane gets that offensive board.
Oh.
Ball will come out.
Wow.
Capital will come up with it. Not sure what happened there.
No.
Murphy will bring it up court.
Brooke could have just grabbed that ball.
Murphy to Perkins.
There's that 2-man game. They open up that whole side of the floor. Uh-oh.
Demi Brewer.
Brooke just
and Allen
there.
Will go down with 5:03 to go. Trainer out onto the floor. We've got a break in the action. Ohio Northern 55, Capital 50. You're watching college basketball on NK Telco Sports. Injury to Brooke Allen. Got a break in the action with 5:03 to play, and Allen will off the court and head on to the Ohio Northern bench. And that means Chloe Glenn will come into the Ohio Northern lineup after Allen went to the court hard. And that right leg, very cautious, and it suddenly got very silent in here.
Yeah, well, I don't know if it was ankle or knee. Could it be knee related? She's got that brace there, but I would still, if I were Ohio Northern, try to get a inside-out post touch, because Chloe Glenn's very capable of post sealing.
Dixon back over to Akamine. Akamine is going inside. Nice move, shot short, rebound Glenn. Puts it up, no good, rebound. Comes down to Moore. Moore
wide open.
Wants to take the baseline.
There it is.
Fires the 3. Shot no good by Murphy. Tipped up. Perkins has it. Now O'Connor. Wild scramble for the basketball. Capital with it. Perkins will get it over to O'Connor. O'Connor wants to go to the free throw line. Trying to feed Perkins. Puts it up and in. It's a 3-point lead at 55-52. 4 minutes, 15 seconds to go.
Just, I think a little rushed last time. There we go.
Glenn will go to the floor, and
Capital foul number 10, Samari, second, team second.
Soprano will come back in.
Yeah, I would, if I were a Hal Northern, I would run a lot of things with a post touch. See what developed out of that.
Serban.
Screen
into Dixon. Soprano to Serban. Serban's coming into the lane, puts it up, and will score.
So, once again, Chloe Glenn really kind of created a lot of that play, but Bryn Serban recognizes that. Chloe had her sealed pretty deep. So when she did that, I saw Bryn kind of look up and said, wait, here's some lane and some space that I can drive in, and she does a great job with that.
Makes the 3-point lead. She has 19 on the afternoon. As she moves up the scoring leader ladder here at Ohio Northern. Into the lane goes Weiland, and that's going to be an offensive foul. Her second foul, Maddie Weiland. That's a big possession change, Rich.
Oh, absolutely.
3 minutes, 40 seconds to go. Thanks for joining us here on NK Telco Sports, Ohio Northern.
There we go.
Basketball. Inside it goes to Glenn, back out to Serban. Serban at the free throw line. There's Dixon. Shot no good, but Soprano, who just seems to be at the right place at the right time with that rebound, as well as Serban.
Yeah,
Soprano
rebound.
for three. Shot is short. Rebound comes down to Lainey Murphy. Moore into the lane, or Brewer into the lane. Foul will go against number 34. That's Chloe Glenn. That's her fourth, so Ohio Northern running out of big people.
Yeah. It's a good two-man game with ball screen again.
Soprano with the rebound. It's going to stay with Ohio Northern.
Hey, hustle over. Here's your screen if you want.
Got a break in the action with 3:05 to go.
Got some blood, maybe.
I think it's the knee guard for Chloe Glenn. It's just needs some positioning on it to make sure that it's in place properly. And with 3:05 to go, I'd like to thank all of our sponsors for tonight's broadcast. Carriage Works, Chiltech LLC, Cy Schreederman, Dickman Supply, Elmwood Assisted Care, Hometown Opportunity, Hillsman Automotive, Kogi Plumbing and Heating, Lincoln Electric, Minster Bank, Knoxville Supply, SecureCom, Bud's Chrysler Dodge Jeep, Crown Equipment, Shelby County Veteran Services, St. Henry Bank, and WCSM Radio. Ohio Northern with the basketball. Grace Dean will be in the lineup. One of the four seniors saluted before tonight's or this afternoon's game. Serban will have it. Serban to the baseline, puts it up, draws the foul. Foul will go against Brewer.
Capital foul number 13, Debbie Brewer. That's her second, team's fifth. Brent Serban at the line throwing you.
Serban will shoot the free throw. Good time to make your free throws, Rich.
Yep, absolutely. And she's pretty clutch when it comes down to crunch time making free throws. And I just jinxed it. No, good.
No pressure. No pressure.
That's right.
6-point lead for Ohio Northern. I think at one time it was, 17?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. They've had to battle uphill in this quarter. They're doing the job. Serban will come up with it on the turnover. Got a fifth-year senior like Bryn Serban out on the floor. You're in control. Serban goes into the lane, gets it back out to Soprano.
Good job.
Goes to the right side and Dixon. Guarded by Perkins. Out front, Serban. Ruane to the left. Serban goes cautiously into the lane. Dixon will have it. Puts it up. Shot no good. And here comes Soprano with the rebound.
She's come in a few times.
But shot clock.
Yeah.
It's a violation of the shot clock, but 30-second timeout taken by Capital. We'll keep it right here. And remind you that NK Telco Sports and our sponsors will bring you college basketball action on NK Telco Cable or the NKT.TV app on Channel 160 Thursday at 6 p.m. Channel 3 and 503 on February the 24th at 12 p.m. and February 26th at 12 p.m. You can also watch more games on demand through YouTube, Facebook, and at nktelco.com/sports. I'm Dave Helmstetter. With me this afternoon, Rich Bensman. OAC basketball, Ohio Northern's home floor, and Polar Bears with a 6-point lead with 2:07 to go.
Yeah, like you said, at one point it was 17, but basketball's a game of runs, and so there's that switch of the guards from side to side. One goes over, one goes under.
Perkins, going to be a foul out front. That'll be on Grace Dean. Bumped Perkins. It's foul number 4, so we'll be shooting. Capital will be shooting on the next Ohio Northern foul. Murphy gets it inside to Perkins, and she'll draw the foul. Perkins frustrated she didn't make the shot, but Dean will get the whistle. That's her third. Off the bench.
And the thing you really don't want to do now is stop the clock and allow them to have the clock stopped and also get some points.
Abby Dixon and Gabby Croft back into the lineup for Ohio Northern. Perkins will connect on the free throw. $12 points for Perkins. Second free throw also good. Lead now at 4 points.
So Chloe Glenn is back in the game. So again, be really patient. Maybe have a little inside-out basketball.
Dixon to Ruane. Ruane gets to Serban. Dixon is in the corner. Serban will go around to the right. Puts it over to Ruane on the baseline. Noel reverse layup. Shot is a little bit short. Ball is going to stay with Ohio Northern. Ball goes off of Maddie Weiland, and Serban will inbound it.
Come back into Bryn right here.
Serban dumps it off to Glenn. Glenn's going to have to put it up. It's going to be a jump ball as O'Connor grabs the basketball. Ohio Northern will keep the basketball on the possession arrow. Minute 9 to go. 4-point lead for Ohio Northern. Looking inside, there's Soprano back to Serban. Serban will lose the ball, but Perkins will be guilty of the foul inside on Serban, and that's going to put Bryn Serban at the free throw line.
Just a little block, probably had that leg out there a little bit too far.
Serban 5 for 5 at the free throw line, 21 points on the afternoon. She has 5 assists, 5 rebounds, 7 out of 15 from the field. Teammates congratulate Bryn on the made free throw. Second free throw. She has 23 points.
Pretty solid at the end of games at the free throw line.
6-point lead, Ohio Northern. Brewer connects. It's never over with that 3-point shot.
No.
She has 23. Serban out front. Shot clock is at 19. Play clock now at 45 as we count down. Ruane for 3. Shot no good. Ball comes down to Perkins. 35 seconds. Clock counting down. Inside the lane. Back out it comes to Brewer. Murphy. Got it. We are tied with 25 seconds to go. Capital will apply the press.
Timeout. So the difference between the men's and the women's game, and obviously now they get the ball. Ohio Northern gets the ball right there at the quarter court. Side out of bounds quarter court. So
Ohio Northern takes the 30-second timeout, so they'll have the basketball up front. There's 25.2 seconds to play in this one. As, boy, a couple of clutch threes by Capital to tie this one up with 25 seconds to go. And both teams have 5 fouls each, so everybody's shooting 2 on the next foul.
Yeah, and that last one, that kind of looked like a knuckleball. I didn't think that last 3 was going in, but
that was from the deep, deep corner.
Yeah. So we, 25 seconds, a lot of time to let something develop here. We got Brennan that opposite block, so there could be a staggered screen for her set by Soprano and Chloe Glenn. No, it's just a cross screen, a little diagonal.
Dixon gets it into Serban.
Could be a 1-4. Yeah,
shot clock is off, so we're down to 15. This is the game.
This is going to be an isolation for Bren, most likely.
Shots at 10.
Spread out a little bit.
Ruane, there's
nice
Soprano
job.
Inside. Mackenzie Soprano on the assist from Noelle Ruane.
Yeah, that was
perfect pass and a layup.
Well, and they really used Bryn Serban as a total false action decoy there, and that was just a great job and a really quick little slip under with Soprano. Is that who got the basket? Yeah, she did a great job of kind of cutting at a 10. She held her girl, and then she cut at the very last minute. You had a little flare screen for Bryn, and that's where all the attention was kind of going with that flare screen, and then all of a sudden just a nice quick by Soprano, cut right under the block for an easy bucket. That was really well designed.
Soprano, 6 out of 12 from the field. She has 19 points on the afternoon, and tell you what, Noelle Ruane, that's about as big of assist as you're going to get from a sophomore. And Soprano converts it, and of course that also means Capital will have the basketball right in front of us as they took the precision strip timeout. They have the basketball, and there's plenty of time at 5.3 seconds.
So you got Brewer taking the basketball out of bounds.
Here we go. They look inside to the corner for the lead in the win. Shot no good. Ball scramble. Shot will not count as it pops in and out. Ohio Northern hangs on to pull out a 64-62 win. Last series of plays by Capital, they had the shot, they went for the win.
Yeah, they actually, I think that they went for the win, but they had 2 options there because O'Connor was sealing down low on the block, so that was probably one of the options if they wanted to go for the tie. But then coming off of that was a wide open Capital player that was in the corner that was the option to take, and they just went really long with it.
And then the scramble for the rebound, and then the follow-up shot from Brewer just off target. And
I've had a few of those bank in on me, so
that would not have felt good for anyone on the Ohio Northern side if that one would have fell in.
No, actually,
but it came after the buzzer.
Yeah,
so
actually, it was versus Capital here. My last year coaching, they got just that, threw it up, and it banked in. So. It's very good to get on the other side of that.
Ohio Northern with the big win. They now move to 14-8 overall and 12-4 in conference play. And that is the battle now as you take a look, if I can find my schedule again, as you take a look at things. Baldwin-Wallace is atop. Of course, play still going on as we speak. Baldwin-Wallace with 1 loss, Marietta with 3 losses. Ohio Northern stays firm with 4 losses now, and Capital picks up loss number 5 as Capital and Ohio Northern both in the tournament. Now you're battling for that seed. Ohio Northern still has a shot at conceivably moving into a 2nd seed if everything would really fall right, and some of the leaders like Baldwin, Wallace, and Marietta would lose over the next the games this afternoon and the 2 games for next week. So an important win for Ohio Northern that will propel them into next week's schedule, but they've got 2 road games at Wilmington and at Muskegon on the road, which, you know, maybe on paper you say Ohio Northern is the favorite, but road wins in the OAC
they're pretty hard to come by.
They're hard to come by. So let's take a look at our final numbers here. All brought to you by the Grand Lake Health Systems, and of course the big number, 64-62. Ohio Northern, which led by 17 points, holds on for a 2-point lead. Taking a look at the shooting percentages, Ohio Northern 22 out of 63 for 35%. Capital 21 of 56 for 38%. From behind the arc, Ohio Northern 8 out of 29, 28%. Capital 7 out of 21 for 33%. Free throws, both teams shot very well at the free throw line. Ohio Northern 12 out of 16 for 75%. And Capital 13 out of 16. Turnovers, both teams had 14. And boy, I tell you, there's one stat that still pops off. You look at those bench points. I don't know if I've ever seen one that wide of a margin. There were 33 Ohio Northern bench points compared to none for Capital. 33-0 on bench points. And on the boards, Ohio Northern second half puts them into a 42-33 edge. So as you look at those numbers, what does it tell you, Rich?
Well, it tells me obviously that Ohio Northern's a little deeper of a basketball team than Capital. That's a huge discrepancy right there.
And when you look at what happened during the course of the game, the injury to Allen, and then Glenn in foul trouble and also having trouble with the guard, then somebody like Grace Dean comes into the lineup, a senior who has experience, comes in and mans that position fundamentally the way that Coach Mark Hillsman needs it to do it, and opens up so many opportunities for the other players.
And you know what, Dave? She was just solid. She didn't try to force the issue, and that, you know, Ohio Northern didn't try to go inside out at that moment. Kind of played at a different angle of it. And then I think when Chloe Glenn got her knee brace kind of situated right, they put her back in, and they were able to go right back to that inside out attacking kind of offense.
And you look at individual statistics. Bryn Serban, of course, led Ohio Northern. Her usual steady self, 23 points. Her key was 7 for 7 at the free throw line, but Ohio Northern really got a big lift from Mackenzie Soprano. Not only does she hit the game-winning basket on the assist by Ruane, but she finishes with 19 points on 6 of 12, shooting overall from the field 5 out of 9 from behind the arc.
Yeah, and she had really good looks in the shot. She's got really good form, and it's a really good shot. But a couple things that I've noticed is she really moves well without the basketball. And I think consequently, that's why she was as open on that last play there for Ohio Northern, because it was a great cut. You know, it was, like I said, a misdirection play. I think everybody thought Bryn was going to be, you know, the player to take that last shot. And she waited at the right time, the right moment, and just made that good blast cut to that block and got an easy bucket. So you can talk about her three-point shooting, but I think she moves well without the basketball too.
Great point. Also for Ohio Northern in double figures, Brooke Allen had 11 points and 5 rebounds. Abby Akamine had 6. Chloe Glenn had 3. And Kristen Lursman, way back at the start of this one, got the start, her first playing action of the season, coming back from an injury, and actually contributed 2 points. An early first quarter basket for the Polar Bears. Capital was led by Demi Brewer, 10 out of 15 shooting. She had 23 points. Samarie Perkins finished with 13 points and 8 rebounds. Bree O'Connor, 13 points, 9 rebounds. Lainey Murphy, 8 points, Maddie Weiland with 5 points. That rounded out the scoring for Capital. So Ohio Northern continues to improve as they look to the final week of the season to find out where they'll stand in the OAC. They've got Wilmington on the road on Wednesday and then at Muskegon on Saturday as the Polar Bears move to 14-8 and 12-4 in conference play. I'd like to thank our sponsors for today's game: First National Bank, Keyhole Pizza, Precision Strip, Winners Meats, Grand Lake Health Systems, and NK Telco. Other sponsors: game, Carriage Works, Chiltech LLC, Cy Schwederman, Dickman Supply, Elmwood Assisted Care, Hometown Opportunity, Hillsman Automotive, Kogi Plumbing and Heating, Lincoln Electric, Minster Bank, New Knoxville Supply, SecureCom, Butts Chrysler Dodge Jeep, Crown Equipment, Shelby County Veteran Services, St. Henry Bank, and WCSM Radio. Replays of today's college basketball action on NK Telco Cable or the NKT.TV app. Channel 160 Thursday at 6 p.m., Channel 3 and 503, February the 24th at noon, and February the 26th at noon as well. You can also watch more games on demand through YouTube, Facebook, and at nktelco.com/sports. I'd like to thank our crew here today, our director, Austin Ombergy, on the cameras, Jim Miller, Mark Fissel, Paul Downing, and Andrew Thiss. I'm Dave Helmstetter. With me this afternoon, Rich Bensman. Ohio Northern, the winner this afternoon in women's college basketball. You have been watching college basketball on NK Telco Sports.